Hello everyone, welcome back. In our previous lecture, we have covered fixed income securities, and in this lecture, we will cover equity securities. Let's look at the agendas of this module first. First of all, we'll cover the features of common stock and preferred stock. Then we will learn how to find out return on a common stock. And finally, we'll learn about stock valuation. In this lecture, we will learn the main features of equity instruments. There are two types of equity instruments. These are common stock and preferred stock. We'll also learn about the differences between debt and equity instruments. Let's look at the features of common stock first. First of all, common stocks are issued by corporations to raise equity capital. Common stock represent ownership in the company. So, owners of the common stock holds partial ownership in the business. In the meantime, common stockholders have voting rights. With the voting rights, common stockholders can cast their vote in the annual general meeting to elect board of directors. So, ultimate control of the business belongs to the common stockholders. Common stockholders also receive dividend payments as share of earnings. Corporations are also separate from their owners and managers, which might lead to agency problems. However, there are some mechanisms to minimize agency problems. For example, managers are monitored and controlled by board of directors. So, board of directors has direct influence on the managers. Secondly, compensation package can be also said to minimize agency problems. Common stockholders are known as the residual claimants of the business. It means common stockholders have got the lowest priority in case of earning distribution of the business, or in case of liquidation as well. Common stockholders have got the lowest priority when assets are distributed to the investors. However, common stockholders have got limited liability. It means investors of the common stockholders will not lose more than they have invested in the business. And finally, common stocks have got no maturity. Let's look at the features of preferred stock. Preferred stocks are known as hybrid type of security because preferred stock holds the characteristics of both bond and common stock. Let's look at the equity-like, bond-like features of preferred stock first. First of all, preferred stocks promise to pay fixed dividends like fixed coupon payments of the bond. In the meantime, preferred stockholders do not have any voting rights like bondholders. Now, let's look at the stock-like features of preferred stock. First of all, firms are not legally bound to pay dividends to preferred stocks. However, unpaid dividends must be paid in full before any dividends are provided to the common stockholders. Secondly, preferred stocks do not have any specific maturity. Let's look at the differences between equity securities and debt securities. First of all, debt claims are senior to equity claims. For example, in case of liquidation, corporations are bound to pay their debt holder first. Once the debt holders are paid, corporation can pay the residual assets or earnings to the common stockholders. Secondly, Interest payments on debt are tax deductible. On the other hand, dividend payments are not tax deductible because dividends are paid on after-tax income. That's all about this video. In our next video, we'll cover return on a common stock.